Hello again, and it's time for another project. Today's going to be a really quick one. Basically just going to use up this scrap piece of wood. I wouldn't even like to say what it came off. I've drawn a circle on there. That is just the lid of one of my sprays. And all we're going to do is route out the inner section just deep enough to set these CNC bits. These are the bits I normally use when I do my routing out. These are all the worn ones, and all we're going to do is basically throw them in there. We have plenty to go at. Get them settled in there like so. Put some resin over the top, let it set, drill ourselves an hole in, put it on a bit of cord, and then we've got some kind of a medallion. Or you could have a keyring for the shed or anything. Okay, remember, these are my little CNC bits. They do fit inside a collet, which is like so. There's your collet there, and all that is a tube. We'll slot that in, then that will now 1/4 inch, and that will fit into your router. Okay, let's root this little one out, and then we'll cut it out on the scroll saw, sand it down, clean it up, and set our little CNC bits inside the resin. Right, there wasn't a lot to look at, to be honest, but we've done our basic circle. That doesn't matter if it's not perfect, because we're going to straighten that out with the Dremel and sandpaper afterwards. Now you can see we've got a bigger piece in, basically just a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch double-sided blade, and we're just going to remove all this middle section, and that's plenty deep enough for our little CNC bits to get sprinkled in there before we coat them with resin. Let's take the centerpiece out now. Okay, we've gone round with our scroll saw. Doesn't have to be too perfect at the moment in time, because there will be a fair bit of sanding on this, just to give it a little shape. So basically what we've made here is like a coaster, and we're going to just thin it down a bit, shape it up nicely, plenty deep enough to get our CNC bits inside. So we'll tidy it up now with the Dremel. That's a simple case with a sanding burr on the edge, like so. And then we can start putting our resin in. Right, I do apologise about the lighting, I've had to come inside. Right, that's all done now, it's all sanded down nicely. Nice shape to it. All I've done for an angle is basically just got a little wire, made a small hole in the back, fed it over the front, and we've pressed it into there. And obviously when we fill that up with resin, that will secure that in there. There is fancy little kits that you can buy that you clamp on. You can drill in there with little pin eye hooks. There's all sorts, but I'm not prepared to do that at this moment in time. It's just a little fun project, just to use up the CNC bits that we've had left over. Okay, so there's our bit there. What I will do is set the CNC bits in how I want them, which is going to be a bit of a design going around like so. And then we'll get our resin mixed up and we'll pop it in. Okay, I hope you can just about see that from there. It's took some marking out, and as soon as you move it, everything falls apart. Ideally, you would do something like this when you're doing another project and you put a thin layer of resin in there, set these all in the resin, and then come back at a later date and top them up. Unfortunately, I've got nothing at the moment, so we're just going to do this in one, and hopefully it won't run away on us. The resin I'm going to use are these amazing clear casts, A and B, and they mix by volume, should I say. So much in A, so much in B, and just mix the two together. They do recommend use a third container. I've never bothered. I literally just pour that straight into there like so. And hopefully we've mixed enough. I'll give this a good mix and then we'll come back when we're ready to pour it in. Okay, we've mixed this up now. I do apologise for the flash and stuff. Just getting on a bit late at night now, so normally this would all be in daylight. And I've had to zoom in just so you can see the project we're doing. But basically that's the resin mixed. These plastic knives are ideal because you can make like a little spoon on the end. So we're going to try and put this in as gently as we can, and hopefully things aren't going to start moving about too much. So let's start scooping this in and we'll see what we've ended up with. As long as it don't move too much, we'd be fine. Now I want to get these bits in first, just to stop them from moving with the resin. Slow process. I wouldn't be tempted just to pour that straight on there because I think they would move these. Okay, you get the general idea. Okay, you can see from that, it's filled up. There seems to be a lot of bubbles in there, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just get yourself a nice lighter, and if you go over the top, and most of them bubbles, if not all of them, should disappear. Right, you see the general idea. And you can come back 5 minutes, and just keep going over this. Until we get rid of all those bubbles. Right, I'll work on this for a bit longer, and then we'll come back, put it to one side for a good 24 hours, 12 hours. Read the instructions, always wear your gloves. And we'll come back tomorrow and see what it's set like. Okay, it's the next day. Everything's set nicely. And there you go. If you look really close, there is very slight bubbles in there. But the only way you would clear that is with a pressure pot. But I'm quite happy with that. It's just a fun project at the end of the day. What is it? I have no idea. You could use it for one of these. So you can make a nice little keyring. It's quite heavy, so I don't know if that would be a good idea. Or you could make one of these. And that's just a simple case of putting a bit of cord around and make a nice pendant if you're that way inclined. So there you have it. One little routed out pendant stroke keyring with leftover CNC bits, literally about 3 inches across. Thank you for watching.